are in scene configuration, recording locally. Okay, that's up. And we're not just getting random drops. So pull up Twitch.
Initializing. Initializing.
Determining target server. Targeting. Going live.
Okay.
Nuke launch.
Booping the
Wait,
targets.
No, don't launch the nuke. No, bad. Oh, hello viewers.
Booping said targets. Newt.
With a nuke.
No.
Boop the nuke.
No, Nuclear Chan. Nuclear Chan, no.
Never know what hit him. Alright.
What was
Microwave
Russia's
sounds
mascot for the
intensify.
Olympics?
The really cute husky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what?
I forget his name. The Anyway, where did we last leave off? It's been a while.
I believe we had just finished taking a job from, what's his name? The director. He's a jackal. Is any of this ringing a bell, gentlemen and
The
ladies?
events are ringing a bell. I forget his name, but I think that's because I have a lot less...
Director Bowman.
Director Bowman.
Yes.
That's what it was.
I remembered. I should remember. I've had him in my own other game, but nah. I'm still on class brain. Anyway, we had just finished having a nice little conversation with Director Bowman after having a, well, not entirely botched, but a mission with a few hiccups. Apparently, one of our old friend Lumina has decided that she still wants to dance the digital two-step with Milo. I would have thought she'd be smarter about that, considering the last do-si-do she was led on. This might have to get a little bit more ugly soon between us, but we'll figure it out. As for the job, I don't remember what Bowman's particulars were, so I do apologize.
We were assigned as essentially investigation and I believe search and rescue for a research base that had gone dark in Jupiter orbit. It was on one of Jupiter's moons.
Well, tell me, Tyga, I'm doing a derp. Was this the same one Libby was at?
Your mission is in fact to rescue Libby.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to remember properly.
It was. I mean, not saying that that's actually what Bauman is after.
But that's the official reasoning.
Yep, that is why he hired you. Indeed the terraforming station on Callisto has gone dark, and Libby McAllister was there, and since she is a friend of yours, he has now hired you to go there and find out what's wrong.
Okay. Now I'm remembering my elation at, for once, having a mission, which Guy can get behind on every standpoint. He doesn't have to worry if he's doing the wrong thing. He's going to help a friend. That is never the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least to him. Yes. Okay.
Yep, I believe that's where we left off.
Not fully.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
on
we
the
went to
station
the,
and we're investigating.
Because we can't go on a cruise without something fucking up.
Well,
Yep.
technically, we're not on the cruise yet. We're still on the station, and people are
Shut up.
disappearing.
But, yeah, it was the work crews were being all paranoid, superstitious, and terrified, and said that things were getting really dangerous and that people were disappearing. And like a bunch of morons, we volunteered to investigate.
Fine, we'll fix
Oh
it.
yeah.
Because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to leave.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that.
No, it's not that we wouldn't be able to leave. We'd just be extremely bored waiting to get to leave.
Speaking out of game, it might also be a factor that GM found a really shiny map he would use.
Oh.
Oh.
Blame the god. Blame the god.
I do every day.
Oh, I finally get to use my new decision dice.
As
Oh.
does every other edgy atheist wannabe.
Alright.
Now that I think about it, I could have just used that map on Callisto.
You really could have. You robbed yourself of a great opportunity. Now you have to do it for something else. More
That's
work.
just means I have to find yet another map.
Indeed.
I'm the
Or probably just, ask Sammy for the maps she made for the whole thing.
That's not an unfair thing to say.
Anyway, yes, you agreed to help out. The basically dog worker people have gone missing, and you agreed to take a look at the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We found them. They took a smoke break.
Oh, if it was that easy.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Jimmy!
no,
I told you to cut out the illegal gambling on.
That would have been a rather long smoke break.
Sounds average.
They probably need they need medical attention. But it was a smoke break. Their lungs are Vanta Black at this point.
When we said you were going to start cockfights, I didn't mean abduct avian dock workers and make them fight each other.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, you are being taken to the basically fourth of those three stations that make up the quad. The one that's basically an off-site docking facility in a shuttle. Raznir, actually, to answer that, for those of you who are not paying attention to the video, Raznir just asked in the chat if smoking is still a thing.
Mhm.
I mean, they have the puffs, these drug inhalers, and I imagine that basically those would be smoking, basically vaping.
I was gonna say that sounds like vaping. Okay.
It's exactly what it is. From what I read about it, the way that it works is the drugs will do different things to you, but I've also kind of figured that they have quote unquote leisure ones. They don't really do much. They're just there for comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Or taste.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they're just kind of there. They don't actually do it.
I tried to ask a question without bringing everything to a grinding halt. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's a good one though.
Yeah, that's a good in-universe question.
Yeah, that's a good world building thing.
Yep. And this is, I mean, I figured the same as Rage, but this just what I figured. That's not like anything Sever said, but it makes sense since they already have these inhaler things. That these would be used not just for actual for actual drugs, but also like for leisure things. Anyway, and anybody, any of you want to do anything, grab anything, buy anything, maybe before you go on this mission? I forgot to ask that.
I am going to buy a couple extra of what are they called?
The quad is a big station. You can probably get anything you can imagine there.
I'm going to get a couple extra bottles, as in the emergency you got space to save yourself things.
Well, I would like to know those are just emergency air supplies.
Yeah. I have a sealed hard suit, so...
Okay.
I suppose I probably should wear space gear, huh?
Yeah.
Probably.
I would like to rent one if possible.
Yeah, that can probably be arranged if you want to. Smoochies!
Yeah. I still have that gun action that I picked up, like, in the first adventure I was a part of from the Gun Runners.
There was something I wanted to pick up, but it's been so long that I don't remember what it was. Oops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clearly your memory.
Well, I mean, yes, that would be helpful. I would like to be able to remember how to make tea in less than 15 minutes.
Or it's free. Anyway.
Just in general.
The description of the bottle even says not advised for use in vacuum.
Yeah. I figure it might just be handy in general, but yes, I have a
Now it's yeah, no. Now I'm gonna say it's and this like a simple question can tell you that vacuum is unlikely to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That station is mostly abandoned, but it's still sealed. You know, and if there should be any hull breach, I mean it's still vacuum sealed. And it should there be hull breaches, the sections will seal themselves.
Oh, okay. That's handy.
But not if you're in the section that gets sealed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not it, but that's something I kind of want.
And then I actually have my second tier of my positive background, which is I do not need to take checks when maneuvering bodily in 0G, and I have a Wheat Chip Gauntlet to help me with that. And I also do not need to make checks when identifying airlocks or bulkhead. When identifying if airlocks or bulkheads on spacefaring vessels are locked, unlocked, damaged, intact, or otherwise compromised. So I can actually tell for free when we're dealing with an area that might be dangerous.
Money to take away.
Okay.
I knew that would come in handy.
I would like to buy an EM cloak.
I also have the spacer background.
An EM cloak?
Yes.
Hey buddy, you wanna buy a sundial?
No, when there's a massive hull breach and everyone's getting spaced, Kura will come on over the radio, floating safe in his suit, going, "Hey, can I interest you in some half-price life support?"
Ever the merchant. I'll kill you for this later.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you can get that.
Yay. Because I kind of made an understanding. Canon-wise, Milo's gonna spot it on the list and go, I need this.
I mean, I don't need this.
No,
but I need this.
no, he needs it.
I hope you read the last sentence.
That's why he needs it, yes.
Okay.
If... I'm not going to elaborate. He can do it if anyone cares.
Melissa, you were saying something.
I was wondering if I could get a landmark, not exactly a purchase, but 2 certs and
Oh, okay.
and I think 4 proficiencies that'll be.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I should have checked. Yeah, I have
Since
49
we
XP.
haven't quite.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can do that. There was a break between that, or rather, the last session was quite enough that character leveling can be done.
Okay. I'm actually gonna put some. I'm actually gonna grab 2 proficiencies then, because I had 49 unspent XP.
Cert. And then 2 proficiencies.
Milo has his EM cloak. He's going to put it on. He's going to look very content.
Why?
Is this in character? Why?
Yes.
I can smell EM.
Yes.
It is noisy. Do you know when you hear a loud sound and your ears start ringing?
A little bit.
I can't turn that off. And imagine that with another sense you didn't know you had.
Out of character, I have that all the time. It's called tinnitus.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Before the silence drives you mad.
Yep.
So, Shark Boy has basically had that with an extra sense. And since he can't really turn that off,
Mm.
Been thinking the
imagine
silence
that
is gonna
suddenly
make him go
disappearing.
batty.
Imagine the tinnitus suddenly
Be careful
stopping.
you don't get excited. You be careful. You might get addicted to the silence.
There are worse things you can get addicted to.
Yes, there are. Like holy water.
It's good holy water. Locally sourced.
Should turn on some music. Okay, anybody else got anything to do?
I'm
Before
good.
you
I'll
step
let
on.
you know what I choose for the certifications when I grab them.
Okay.
I grabbed 2 more proficiency points, put 1 in athletics and 1 in search. Now my athletics have 3 ranks in them, and I have a boon.
I
Nice.
put 2 ranks in search because it didn't make sense for a scavenger to not have search.
I put 1 in athletics and 1 in digital operate.
Cool.
Good, someone else who can use computers better than Guy.
It's the 1 point.
I mean, I have 2 points in digital operate. I don't have a boon in it, but I have 2 points in digital operate.
Guy has a fault and no points. Don't get him near computers. He'll break it.
No touchy.
Same for engineering. He can pilot a ship, but he can't do anything with the ship's computer. Go figure.
But he
That-
can't fix it.
Yeah, that is what Kura is for.
Is that a subtle hint that you guys want to have your own ship?
Maybe.
I mean, the otter does.
Well, yes, but, I mean, that's a company ship. We need to get the Otter a proper ship.
Or we can all have personal ships and we can do illegal
It's also a simple transport ship. You probably want something shiny and stylish.
Can we call it the Millennial Hawk?
No.
No.
I was gonna go with the Serenity, but I can't think of a good pun for that.
I was going to insist on something like the Crimson Dwarf.
Yes. The Crimson Short.
The Crimson Micro.
Yes.
Everyone looks at Guy. Hey, it's not a reference to me. Don't look at me.
Smeghead.
Okay, just as a side note, while I know what you're referring to, I have never actually done that. Oh.
That is okay.
Hey, and we even have a cat.
See?
Anyway,
Question.
Anyway.
Because I'm
Yes.
not I'm not directly seeing it here. It might just be me missing it. Can not laterals have push frames and make use of them?
Yes, they can. It's just a piece of equipment that you can easily get anywhere. The usefulness is a bit in question because those things have just 6-inch range. Now, if you're going under the knife and get a push frame network implanted, that's a bit different because that has a huge range.
And then localized telekinesis, basically.
Yep. But yeah, if you want to, you can get a push frame. If you want to, like when you read a book, if you want to have it like hover right in front of your face and without having to hold it.
Okay, 6 inches from the head.
Yeah, well, from the device, it's usually worn like a tiara or something like that.
I could picture it being worn like a bracelet and just having like basically it's a 6-inch arm extension, handy for reaching into little gaps in machinery and pulling out tools you dropped by accident.
Okay.
I
speaking from personal experience.
I don't know if it has to be worn on the head.
Good question.
The description itself says from the head. 6 inches from the head.
Bummer.
Bah humbug.
But that could also just be the assumption that it's being worn on the head. Okay, sorry, that was just me thinking and questioning.
Okay.
That is okay.
Well, in that case, once you are all done, you are getting on the shuttle that was prepared for you. And make your journey over to the docking station, or whatever it is called. Don't remember if it has a specific name. And well, it's all fairly uneventful. And when you get there, I mean, if you have ever been on a spaceport kind of place, then you have probably seen something like this.
Oh yeah.
Kura would definitely have seen something like this. There's ships being loaded and unloaded. Lots of people running around. Big machines moving the really heavy stuff. And everything very busy.
Guy leans over to whoever he's standing closest to and says, "Kinda reminds me of our loading area in the back. I was still working."
Oh, yeah. All the corp don't worth anything. I'm gonna need the all spaceports, so this looks pretty familiar. It's different being planetside, though.
Huh. You have to tell me about that sometime.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, let's just try and stay out of the way so we don't get run over, yeah?
At that moment, you hear a loud chunk, 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 and then, "Oi! Out of the way!"
Speak of the devil.
And he appears.
And yeah, it's basically a like power loader kind of thing, carrying a big heavy crate,
Neat.
walking past.
Your guy's not the one with the camera.
I can guarantee that he would have taken the picture. we all know it. Julius.
Julius is totally taking pictures.
Oh yes.
Instead of getting out of the way.
He can do both.
Fortunately, he is small.
So yeah, you're the guy who brought you over is soon leading you into a a sort of control room kind of deal. And well, it's like, well, again, Kura is probably familiar with a place like this. I imagine Milo and with a military background, and Camellia as well. To you, this looks very, very, let's say, casual. You know, like the people working here have like all sorts of personal stuff lying around. You know, from pictures to souvenirs and everything.
So they definitely have been here a while and don't have any inkling that they'll have to move quickly.
Yeah, I mean, this is the people who are actually working here.
Yeah.
That work here every day. And yeah, your guide is looking around for a moment, and then walks to a let's go with a bear. Yes, Bert. And then after a moment, that they're coming over, says, "Okay, so you are the guys who are looking into our missing people?"
That would be correct, sir.
All right. Well, I'm grateful, of course, but I'm sorry that I can't can't really I can't I can't hold your hand right now. I have a ton of things to do. We're way behind schedule here. Not that that's anything new. It's where is it? Over there. And he grabs like a data pad thingy. Here's everything we have, which isn't much. The little tracking that we could do has the people vanished in this sort of area. He points at something on the map. Doesn't really mean much to you, you know. It's a map, but it's not like you really know this place. So, but he elaborates. It is. Oh well, it was a sort of residential area, I think. From what our files say, it was a residential area for the workers when they shut this place down. You know, I mean, most of the station, when they decoupled it from the others and turned it into this docking site. Expect not really a logical layout, because it was very haphazard. But yeah, I suggest you start there. I can give you a console for communication. I don't have anybody to actually talk to you, so one of you guys will have to remain here and take care of the communication. To which Julius will pipe up that he can take care of that.
Oh, perfect.
Convenient.
Isn't it though?
It's almost like this was entirely construed at the last minute.
I'm good at staying here and being the tactical support.
No, you're going in with the others.
You can't get out of it that easily.
Milo, come on. We need you. Quit being a butt about that.
Well, okay, unless you got any questions, I need to get back to work, and you need to get going on yours.
Who do we talk to when we're done? You?
Yeah, just get back here.
Roger that. Ladies and gents, you got anything?
Nope.
No, we're
Time's
good.
up. Let's do this, Leroy. Nope.
Oh god.
The shark boy just charges off, flailing his arms. Okay, well,
Honestly, like, at that point, I think whoever was most familiar with humans would have said something along the line. I mean, I know that the god of foolhardiness was popular, but really,
Mr. More chicken.
Oh yeah,
All
there's
right.
bird vectors.
Yes, there are.
All right. Well, it's a bit of a walk. I mean, not as much as it could be, because this is basically a blue sky station
mhm.
that you're on now. But yeah, you've got a bit of a walk ahead of you, and oh right. One thing I forgot, that the bear boss person there will tell you. Well, we can turn off turn on the power and stuff for you, but those are systems that haven't run for I don't know how many decades, so don't count on anything working down there.
Right. Is there anything specific you want me to get up and running on the way? Could always use more bonus pay, eh?
No, we don't really have reason to go there. Neither are we supposed to go there. There's basically derelict space station. It's just basically nothing there.
Right.
well, it's supposed to be nothing. I'm going to figure that there's probably something going on if that many people are going missing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, listen. As you can probably imagine, there's all sorts of stories about things lurking there in the dark.
Always is.
I don't really give credence to that. But then again, now that people have been disappearing, who knows?
Either way, we'll get it solved. Let's head out, folks.
Okay, give me a moment.
Moment
During
granted.
this pause, I grab long range, customize where I remove the rifle chink, and shed. Although shed is probably not the best idea in this situation.
Okay.
Okay, does anyone see the map? Oh, nope, there it is.
Yep.
Never mind. We're good.
Where's the map?
I see.
There. Okay, you found it. Yeah.
I was just gonna say because I remember we had problems last time.
There it is, top left corner.
Yeah, you have 360 degrees light now,
Okay.
and try not to move outside of the rooms again.
Okay.
Nope, going straight out.
Yep.
This isn't a speedrun. This isn't GDQ.
I do what I want. You don't tell me how to live my life.
Which reminds me.
Also, I switched
Oh.
to space-worthy armor.
Yeah, space-worthy armor is smart in this environment.
There.
So how many... Do we remember how many credits I was going to need to have some kind of space-worthy something?
Actually, let me check. If I remember right, Spaceworthy can be applied to anything medium armor or higher. Spaceworthy armor upgrade is 300 credits.
Oh no, that's not. I don't have. I was gonna rent a spacesuit.
Oh!
I think the spacesuits are like 50 credits.
It's probably not gonna be much. It's can.
Because yeah, what I'm looking for is either a spacesuit that I can wear my vest over, or it can go over the vest.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, yeah, the Moscow General issues spacesuit. Yeah, to buy it is 50 credits, so renting one probably isn't really very expensive.
Would probably be like
Fit over light, medium, and heavy armor. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, cool. I'll just buy it outright then. I have the credits, might as well.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get that on there. 50 credits, you said?
Yes.
Oh, I just remember what it was. But it's a specialty thing, so it'll have to wait for when we're done with the mission.
Do we have artificial gravity? Was my first question.
Yes, the gravity is still working on the station.
Most gravity is from, like, spinning the station, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So unless it stops spinning...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, you are... Wait, let me move this out of the way.
Generally ineffectual and a pain in the ass.
Indeed, you are. But that's not what I was going for. So you eventually take an elevator down a few levels and arrive in the designated area.
This is not your designated area. Please remove yourself. Alright. Well, we're here. What's it look like?
It's an elevator. It's a bit dirty. There hasn't seen much use, so no, a bit neglected.
You awake to
Not
find
quite
yourself
what I
in the dark.
Alright. So who do we want spearheading here? Who's serving?
Who's on point?
I don't need a flashlight, so maybe.
Yeah, you, Kuro will have your immediate back just because I can identify any compromised sections or dangerous bits.
That makes sense.
Okay, so we're going.
Also, I am Spacer, so I can do the same.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So
Exactly. It makes sense to have our two spacers up at the front. One who doesn't need the light of the other.
and it looks
Yeah.
like we're going in Grimrock formation.
Alright,
like
Milo,
it.
I guess that... Are you gonna be leading up? Are you gonna be... I'll be the anchor then?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm super awkward as it is!
okay. So the other alternative is we have Guy kind of up in front because he's small, so we can shoot over him easy.
Yeah, but if something's wrong with the structure, it's a little iffy.
Yeah. Here. Shark Boy and Guy switch places because that just makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
Also, Shark Boy probably wouldn't appreciate getting shot in the butt.
It's okay,
Okay.
you can shoot over my head.
Also, as a note, this time I put the vision barrier lines a bit not right on the walls, but a bit deeper, so it's more obvious that they actually are walls.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Nice.
Do I spy a camera?
Glad to hear that. Yes, there's a camera. It is obviously not working.
Oh. As we go by, Milo's gonna wave at it anyway.
I'm gonna move a few paces forward.
Mm-hmm. It is very dark. The lights obviously aren't working. It is also quite cold. Not as cold as you probably would have expected. And the air is still not breathable. It is it is well, it's not extremely dirty. And there isn't you probably expect a lot of dust everywhere, but again, there isn't much. There's some. But as you think about it, hey, okay, dirt and dust and everything are usually carried in by people into places, and there haven't really been much in the way of people along here.
Not to mention no shedding hairs.
Two things.
Yes.
First, I would like to do a... Milo's gonna put the hood of his EM cloak down.
Uh-huh.
And sniff for EM, just to see if he sees anything of interest.
Mm-hmm. Give me a body perceive roll, please.
2d10. Normal body perceive. Just double check.
Let's be creative. You may add engineering to that.
Ooh, okay.
Sneef.
6 and 8.
Okay. You do not notice anything out of the ordinary. No, there's your comrades and the equipment they have. You notice some let's say minor fields around you. A lot less than on the other stations.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a lot of power going around here, so that is not really surprising.
Oh, the start of this music scared me. I thought my phone was going off or something. What's going on? Why is it so loud? Okay. Thing the second.
Yes.
I would like to use my clean sweep.
Good idea.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead.
That is what we're here for.
So...
Let me look up. Let me look up real quick. I think there was an operate check, but let me make sure there.
I'm gonna radio in Julius and ask, can we get a confirmation on how many people we're looking for?
That was probably in the file. I don't remember if I already said something about how many people it was.
I don't think specifically.
Half a mile.
Yeah, probably not, because I'm such an awesome GM. I never come up with silly details like that.
Hey, don't play the blame game there, sir.
Why doesn't it say? Okay, no, it was an operate check.
Okay, so the map. Nothing. I was doing maths. Ruler, I can't read that.
What? Oh, you want to know the range?
Yeah. Well, the range of the clean sweep is half a mile. So
yeah, no, it's definitely enough for this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, give me an check, please.
Visual operate?
Wouldn't this be physical operate? No, I think we went with
Probably.
digital. I think we went with digital operate.
Yeah, because it's basically just a wrist computer.
Meh.
Yes, it's one of the motion trackers from Aliens that makes that sound whenever it pings. So it's just-
Meh, 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 meh.
Oh no, he's turned into a Lovecraftian horror.
Wait,
Okay,
wait a minute, that's not a Lovecraftian horror. That's just Stanley from Aquatic. Stanley, what the hell are you doing here? I got lost.
Okay. Well, you get the thing out and calibrate it, set it up for new environment, blah blah blah. Because I think the last time you used those was when you were underwater.
I think you're right, actually. No, it was the base where the otter was getting kind of blurry.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and
yeah, right.
us getting attacked by whispers.
Space demon.
Yes.
Space demons.
Okay, well, still, calibrated, and at first you go, oh wow, there are 4 people really nearby. Wait a second, no, sorry.
Oops.
Once you have told the clean sweep to exclude U4, it is a bit strange. Because, like, it's sort of intermittently now and then it says, yeah, there is something. But then it goes, no.
Take a few steps back and see if it's still the case.
In what direction does it say there's may or may not be a thing?
It can't really pin it down, that's the problem.
Okay.
Too much metal in the way, maybe.
I thought those were made so they don't show the direction.
No, I
Just
think
get
they
the
were made
number.
specifically to show the direction to help search and rescue. Double check.
No, that's right, yeah. No, they don't include the direction indicator by design.
Okay.
Yeah, it says in the description. It was decided that by pointing the way would deter search and rescue teams from sweeping an area properly, and that way they might result something the clean sweep. They might miss something the clean sweep didn't pick up.
Okay.
I mean, let's put it this way. There's a reason why in disaster areas, despite all the technology we have, we still use sniffing dogs to find people.
Yep.
Because they catch things. Any piece of technology we currently have would never catch.
It also says that, for example, things that block EM fields can confuse a clean sweep. So in your shiny new code, a clean sweep might not pick Milo up.
Neat.
And he got it for other reasons.
Yeah. So yeah. The clean sweep is confused.
So is Shark Boy.
I would like to say this. I apologize for the Pokemon reference, but it's too perfect. Clean sweep used detect, but it failed.
I like it.
Camellia.
Not even forced.
Please give me a body perceive.
Camellia, what do your cat eyes see?
Yeah, let's go with search. Body perceive search.
Body perceive.
What do your cat eyes see?
Nothing with you putting that flashlight in him. Stop that.
Okay.
Going on?
Nice.
Sinch is almost super pleased.
Wow.
It's I'm getting a flashback to the 10s. This is gonna be something stupid minor, isn't it?
So you have 8, but they all get 2.
As you lead the way, you do notice that like here and there, what little dirt and dust there is disturbed. Something or someone definitely moved past here. And probably fairly recently. Can't say exactly when, but
is there a way I can possibly follow this, or is it way too...
it will require more checks.
I'm gonna try and lead the group on and say that I think I see something. I'm gonna try and follow this. How far can I go before another check is needed? Probably this crossway here, huh?
That would be logical. Give me another same check.
Oh wait, there we go.
Who said logic had anything to do with it?
It rarely does with us.
Top, medium, bottom. Jesus.
Okay, that is close enough. It is going to the left, left on the map, not your left. So
Okay.
This
Far right.
this direction.
Okay, and not up the stairs.
It is going west.
That's
Yes.
a good way to describe it.
Yes, thank you.
I've played RPGs. I know how this works. Oops.
Blessings upon you.
Also, apparently, I don't know how to use Roll20 because I still have the ruler up. But I tried to move.
I know how to do other things in RPGs, just not use Roll20.
I know how this works, guys. Derp de derp de derp.
I'm so smart.
What's this button do? Oh, that's the dice roller. Oh, that's
Dear me.
Okay.
Alright.
Um.
And I'm just following Camellia.
What is that blue thing? I'm gonna ask for a light north.
Give me
Alright.
a moment.
Giving you a moment.
What do you need with a Mormon?
Moment.
What do you need with mole men?
He wants a copy of the super weapon from Doctor Who. The one that talks back to you.
Ortis?
I did not mean to hit that.
It's not a bad roll for D8.
I know. Like, I literally accidentally hit a button on the dice roller, and it's like, oh, well, hey.
Also, just for reference, Milo's keeping his hood down because potentially danger zone.
Okay.
Fair enough.
He wants to read the area. His sniffer is loose.
I should get using one of those.
Guy.
You can't sniffy him.
Yes.
Give me
That's the
a
reason.
body perceive roll, please.
Okay.
Oh, you want to use it for its intended purpose. That's weird.
Its intended purpose.
No, I was gonna give it as a gift to reason.
Oh.
It's like, okay, that's actually a good idea, and she might
Okay.
appreciate that.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh.
Body perceive. Oh, it would help if I put this there where it needs to be. Okay. Do I any modifiers or just straight roll?
Straight roll, however, it is simplified.
Okay. I believe that's what you needed?
Yes, thank you. Okay. As you make your way down this hallway, guy suddenly stops
Do
because
I hear sniffling?
indeed his ears are twitching. He is obviously hearing something.
What do my pointy, fluffy doggo ears hear?
For a moment, you are sure you're faintly hearing like scraping of metal on metal.
Is
Guys.
this metal rhythmic or?
Just a moment. Like, there's enough time to tell.
Shh! Everyone hold. Let me listen. I'm hearing something. I need to tell if it's moving.
Milo's mouth is half open because he was about to make a smart-ass comment.
Kura clamps a paw over Milo's mouth.
May I make another one with a search roll now that I know it's there?
You may.
Okay.
Everyone hold. Hold what? What do we
Actually, it's more like, huh?
Okay, let me see if I get a better one here. No, it's not any better. Dang it.
Okay, so that's like a 9 and an 8 and a 7. Alright. After a moment, it stops. You know, as you're standing there waiting, everybody's silent. The others are probably like straining to listen as well. But there's nothing. However, Guy, you are 100% certain that you've heard it.
Okay.
It was there for a moment longer, and then it's.
Given sudden serious, I would like to do another EM check.
I would also like Kura to direct his light towards this thing.
Well, I haven't yet communicated the direction. I was gonna ask, do I need to make another roll to figure out kind of what direction it came from?
Yes, please.
Okay, what would that be?
That is a good question. That is a very good question. No, let's go another body perceive, but this time survival.
Okay. That's actually the same roll for me.
Huh.
Just
No, I'm afraid you can't tell.
Yeah, dang it. Alright. Well, Guy is going to drop his voice to what still probably sounds pretty loud to him considering his ears, but is loud enough for everyone else to hear properly. I know I heard it. I don't know what it was. It sounded like metal on metal. Maybe a door scraping by. Could have been someone dragging something. It continued for a little bit after I stopped us, but it was there. I couldn't exactly pinpoint which direction it was coming from, though. Be on your toes. But don't put your fingers on the triggers yet.
Milo's just gonna have chair out just for safety.
Yeah.
For safety, immediately whacks the first person we talk to. Hi, I'm Barney. I'm your dunk.
So, what am I looking at right there? Or I guess we are at this point.
No, just you. You're the only one who would have any kind of line of sight on it.
So I did ask for a light towards there.
That is something underneath the crates that the GM has no idea what.
Kura says, I don't know.
It's obviously a turbo
It's some
encabulator.
engineering, technical, no mumbo jumbo no one pays attention to.
It's a turbo encabulator.
Turbo encabulator, son of a...
Yeah, the
Technobabble
little blue
at its
things are
finest.
supposed to be diagnostic lights, but they're all off because there isn't any power to the section.
I'm gonna attempt to follow the dust unless it's sort of just stopped.
No, another of the rules you've already done, please. I forgot what it was.
Body perceived plus search.
What was that it?
Yes.
Okay. It takes you a moment, but then you find that it is going southward.
Alright.
In other words, this here direction.
I'm guessing it's safe to go here.
Yeah, just some stairs.
Guy is intensely looking backwards. He can't see down that hall and it bothers him.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. No. The other hall. The north one.
Yeah,
As the party's now facing south, he's looking intently northward.
that's why I moved east. So I could get out of the way.
To be able to find our way out. Guess I'll keep at the trail. I don't really have much to say since
So we
nothing's
are
come up yet.
Okay. Give me another roll, please.
heading down. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to make sure my perspective wasn't messing with my eyes.
Unless you didn't, like, turn your monitor on the side or something. I'm afraid I can't keep up with that. Okay. Well, it is getting a bit tricky. But you think it keeps going down south.
I was about to say, even if I did fail there, I was tempted to go down south because I thought I saw something interesting looking. Alrighty. Poop.
Yeah, you are entering into what looks like a very rather drab and not very appealing and also somewhat temporary looking living quarter. There's not like still cups and stuff lying around. There's maybe a cup that like somebody left there because they didn't really want it or whatever.
This
But
one's got a crack in it.
It's not like this place was abandoned in a hurry. It's just there was a living quarter here. Like the bear said, this area was like during the shutdown. It was like for the crew that performed that. And yeah, they likely didn't bother cleaning up these temporary living quarters, just left them here.
Pull back the curtain and find a body, right?
No, 2 bodies.
Well, I mean, if this was a horror game, it'd be that, or it'd be a jump scare type thing where it turns out it's not two bodies, you just are hallucinating.
Yep. Kura is going to search the area for any useful materials or clues.
Well, the curtains are drawn. They're closed. That's drawn, right?
See.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, as you move around, everybody give me a body perceive check. At least everybody who is like in that area and looking around.
Sure, why not?
Is it a search check?
No, just body perceive.
Just body perceive. Okay. Body perceive. I have 2 dice in that. Oh boy. Oh. Not terrible.
Technically did the best out of all of us.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay. Guy is actually noticing at first a smell in the air,
Sniffy sniff.
and then Camelia, sorry, and Kura noticing it next. It smells rotten, and I mean literally.
Ooh, that's
Rot? Ooh, the sickly sweet scent. What is that smell? It's blood!
It's the
Yeah.
blood.
Kuro is
Damn it.
kind of paws at his nose.
Guy's going to screw up his face in a very uncomfortable expression. Considering how keen his nose usually is, that's probably a very distinct and unwelcome smell. Ugh.
Wasn't me.
No, it smells like rot. Awful.
Yeah, Milo's not smelling anything.
He is apparently the tourist.
He's supposed to smash fresh blood underwater, not stuff like
Not
that.
Not this,
in the air.
not this weird air stuff.
What is
Because
it with
he
you
gets wa-
air breathers?
He can't smell it because he's busy wearing his fish bowl as a space helmet.
I'm literally visual. Fuck you.
And since you have that extra keen nose, guy, you're pretty sure it comes from the direction of from behind the curtains.
Well, whatever it is
pull 'em.
behind the curtains. Could be a
Might
body.
wanna
Could
avert
be
your eye.
some yesterday's lunch. No idea. But who wants to volunteer?
Sure, why not?
I'll cover this hallway / entrance while they.
By the way, Cat doesn't really seem too phased by the smell.
Good to know.
I
Okay.
will draw his
You-
pistol and train it on the area to make sure it's nothing bad. Could be monster in there. Don't know.
Music, you're a little too intense for this moment. Please stop.
I love this music. Okay, you.
Be speaking, but there's this freaking orchestra behind me.
As you reach the curtain, you pull them aside. They're sticking for a moment. You have to give it a good tug. And other side is actually kind of disappointing. There's an arm there.
Oh,
Arm.
An arm.
Someone's been disarmed.
vector arm.
Surprisingly little blood. And yeah, it has started to rot.
So who has a halfway decent medical score?
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead. if you want to take a look.
Also gonna take a quick look up and see if there's anything sticking to the ceiling, just in case, you know.
No, just the ceiling.
Okay.
Gura will wince back from the smell, and he will draw his gun just in self-preparation, because that shit's not a good sign.
What
Right.
would the roll be? Mind, body.
But if you want to, actually take it and take a really close look at it, actually properly examine it, you can make it body. If you just want to look, mind.
I would like to point out that the new decision die is making sure Milo behaves.
Nice.
If Milo doesn't behave, Guy will kick him in the nards. Or punch him. Kind of depends where he's standing at the moment. The legs reach a little further than the arms.
Okay. Well, you cannot be 100% certain. But you're pretty sure this has been lying around here for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
It's a bit hard to say because I mean there's not a lot of bacteria in this air, but there's some, but you can't say how much. And so decomposition would be going slower.
How long ago did these guys go missing?
This has been going on for a while. It fits in the time frame.
Okay.
It's definitely not the most recent disappearances, because that was like, I don't know, maybe 2 days ago. But this has been here for a while. You can also say with some certainty that whoever lost this arm didn't lose it here, because not actually much blood.
So it was removed.
And
Well, it not only removed, but moved.
Mm-hmm.
sorry. And also what you can tell is that the way this arm was removed from the body, not under the best conditions. Because it's not like it was torn off. But the cut is not very clean. It's like ragged edges and everything. Probably guess with some sort of bladed instrument, but not one that was very well kept.
I'm gonna make a guess, and I know this is entirely just me extrapolating and has nothing to do with what actually may have occurred, but I'm gonna guess that happened post-mortem, too. I don't know that for sure, that's just a feeling I get.
It's possible.
I'll leave the arm to its rest and close the curtains. Good.
Distressed dog noises.
Yeah, Kura is looking somewhat green right now.
No. Guy is protesting the closing.
Oh.
I know it's awful, but I think we need to take that back with us. It could be identified.
Well, we can take it back when we're heading back.
No, bag it. Bag it and seal it.
Bag it and seal it.
Who is the most likely to keep Ziploc bags on them?
Who's got the baggies? I don't want to smell that shit.
I'm gonna say Guy does, just in case he has another dismemberment.
I mean,
The closest thing Milo would have would be like anti-static bags, and that wouldn't be suitable for this.
Is that
now
okay?
Now I'm just imagining Guy, like, dual-wielding severed limbs, half of which are his.
Oh,
Well,
so are you saying Guy would use a pole arm?
Sure.
If he could convince someone to, cut off the arm of a weasel, yes.
Oh my god.
I'd like to poke someone with those stupid rubber foam pointy hands that teachers sometimes use.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I want to poke someone with an actual one.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, is that
Anyway.
okay, OGM, that, we kind of do that? Or do you need me to actually spend credit card thing?
What? No, you can put the arm in something.
Okay. Thank you. Guy has acquired arm. I'm armed
Arm
and
debt.
I'm dangerous.
Oh.
Guy can now perform one-armed combat.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What? South.
There is a door which is open, actually.
I'm gonna take a peek in before everyone goes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Looks like more living quarters.
Yeah, this was some sort of. Well, it's difficult to say what it really was, but there's the table, chairs. Everything else has pretty much been removed.
Quick search and see if anything's around here, or
Well, go ahead. Body perceive search.
sensing a pattern.
Well, that's how you do that.
That is the same roll. Well, almost.
You do not find anything noteworthy. Milo, are you staying up there?
No, there's nothing here for me. I do
Guy's
not
gonna
need to
stay
think.
where he's at.
Okay.
It's a dead end. I'm coming back. Actually, dust trail. I'm guessing that was at the bed, wasn't it?
What is that room?
Mm.
Maybe a little break room or something? I don't know what the white things are.
Didn't you listen? Can't really tell.
Yeah.
Might have been living quarters. Might have been something of an impromptu small conference room. Hard to tell, since the only thing really left on there is the table and the chairs.
Mhm.
So difficult to tell what it was being used for.
Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna back out and say if you want to take a look with the light, that's your choice, but as far as I know, it's just a dead end.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, if she hasn't noticed anything out of place, then I'm gonna trust her on that. Smell anything unusual in this area?
Aside from the arm.
No,
Well-
like in the other room?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We should head back north then.
Alright. I guess to the right.
To the east.
I see ominous green glow.
For some reason, somebody sprayed a green dot on that grate.
I was gonna say those that's the flux capacitors.
Oh.
Guy, stop hiding under Kura.
That was Milo.
Wait.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I was using his EM cloak. I was
Yes.
suddenly Milo has sprouted a big bushy tail.
He's
On
already
top
got
of his
one.
other one.
I was gonna say he's already got a big sharky tail. He doesn't need more.
I would like to see another body perceive roll from everyone.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I got
Oh.
doing a sniffy sniff.
Body perceive. I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at this.
You tripped and fall.
Okay, well, Kura is distracted by the engineering uniqueness of the station. He just noted something unusual. I mean, you know, every blue sky station is unique. They don't really mass produce these things.
Mhm.
So, fair enough. Everybody else is noticing more tracks
Oh no.
in the dirt and dust, and I'm gonna say, let me check something. Yeah. No. No. Okay. Those of you who have any points in medicine,
Mm-hmm.
notice a few brownish patches on the wall, like about here. Which you are pretty sure is or was blood. It's not
we
much.
Sure do know how to decorate the interior.
It's not much, you know, just a bit of splatter, and has been here for a while. Also, as most of you as players probably know, blood doesn't really stay red very long once it's dry.
No, it rusts out really fast.
And the trail went south as well.
Yes.
I guess I'll motion everyone forward. Not really sure how far I'm allowed to go.
I mean, as long as we don't motion forward, because I'm not geared for that.
No.
I need my other suit for that.
Mm. Yeah, and at least one of you should have Nova, and I don't think anybody has her. So
No, I'm stuck with a low rank Vaubin.
Be nice. Be nice. I don't consider Kuro low.
I don't even have the fancy grenade abilities.
We'll get you Sam soon enough.
Yep.
I can't use nanomachines to res things yet.
Alright, following Camellia south.
Mm-hmm. Milo's gonna be... Look around the corner. You okay back there?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. As everyone starts to head over, can I have Guy kind of move over to this side and do a check?
What are you looking for?
I don't know. I'm just getting a feeling like we're overlooking something really obvious. Maybe Guy's paranoia is leaking into my player senses here. But I'm gonna check this area over here. I'm gonna stand at the top of these stairs and see if I can see anything that's not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Milo's gonna stay where he is just so he can keep an eye on everyone. to the
So
best of his
I'm gonna
ability.
look for anything that looks out of place. Is that okay if I do a body perceive search?
Yes, you may do that.
Actually, maybe move a little bit just to keep an eye on Guy.
Ha! Heck you one! You can't stop me!
You don't know me, you don't know what I got.
Well, you don't really notice anything out of place. There is something that might be more tracks, actually, but it's hard to tell. The tracks. I might have forgot to mention that the tracks that lead down. Now you had that impression before, Camellia, but now they definitely look more like something or somebody was dragged instead of walking. Guy, the tracks that if there are tracks, that they don't look like that. That's why you're not sure there are tracks. Doesn't look like what you've seen so far. As you're standing there, looking around, however, you think you hear the noise from before.
Oh no!
I think you hear the noise of.
The metal on metal.
Mm-hmm.
It could easily be a cog, but it could be other things as well. Is Milo still standing there?
Yeah.
Um.
Milo's trying to keep an eye on everyone.
Give me a quick logic roll, Guy.
You got it. Boop, 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 boop. So, mind exert.
Yes, please.
I have no logic. I just have luck.
Hey, this luck works. Well, your first thought is it must be a door. This place hasn't been maintained for who knows how many years. So sliding door like they are here, that would definitely make a noise like that. But as you think about it, you remember that so far all the doors you've noticed here were just open.
Milo, clean sweep. Now. I don't think we're alone.
On it.
I imagine we'd be holding up at the corner once we see that those two are still back there.
Probably.
Well, that is up to you too.
Do we notice?
Well, I mean, Gura's gonna double back.
I mean, I would assume the fact that there's no smart remarks from the fish
Yeah.
would make you go,
Guys, yeah, Guys is going to hold up one finger in the shh, wait a minute motion. The
10-7-7.
Okay. The clean sweep is doing the flicker thing again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, there's some. No, never mind. It's nothing. Oh, there's something. No. Wait, there's something. There's definitely something. There's something. Now it's gone.
But how close is the question?
Can I do another roll for my my EM sniffer?
Just a question. Because I don't know if a clean sweep will say that. Or say how close.
No, I'm pretty sure it won't. It by design it doesn't. That's what you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just voicing a thought out loud. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's the question. How close? There's something here.
Mm-hmm.
I know it. That's twice I've heard the sound. Different places.
Oh.
And all of the doors have been open. So it can't be those. Maybe when someone's following us?
Milo's gonna look at Guy with a unable to entirely keep off a look of doubt and concern. Like, is he just getting super paranoid? Is he okay?
Milo. Milo, I get it. It's hard to believe the crazy little paranoid one, but let me put it this way. My ears and my nose are like your nose. You can hear and see things that I can't. Make sense?
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way. If you were to eat a hamburger for weeks straight, I would be able to tell when you had ramen. Someone or something, maybe a little robot, maybe it's just the machinery in the walls. I can't tell where it's coming from, but something is moving, and it's made of metal, and it's touching metal, and it's been following us. Maybe, like I said, it's just machinery, but I can't help my feeling of something else. And I think there's tracks over in that other room, but I think we'll stick with the others for now. Is that okay?
Works for me.
Alright, I'll let them know. He's gonna go shuffle his fluffy butt over. Let them know what he told Milo.
Well, Kuro's gonna believe him.
Oops, my bad.
Yeah, I don't blame Milo for doubting.
Mm-hmm.
Guy might be a little slightly offended, but I could see why.
Yeah.
I'm sure once he's had a time not to be, in alert mode.
In the moment.
Exactly.
But Milo's gonna still be kind of, like, it makes sense, but also paranoid. Not that being paranoid is bad. Paranoia is only bad if you're wrong about it.
Indeed.
She's gonna give the two of you a confused look as you walk back and... Did you find something?
No. I don't think so?
Yes and no. Yes, we found something. No, it's not something that's incredibly important. Look. I think I found another place where the trail, a different kind of trail, is going. And I think we're being followed. But I'm not sure yet.
Do we want to wait for a moment and then double back, or...?
Let's continue on with the investigation. If I hear it again, I'll let you know. But I know something is here now.
Alright. I'll wait for everyone to catch up and push forward again.
Wait.
Oh.
Random grunting noises? What?
Hut, hut, hut.
we went from redoing the grunt noises in Warcraft to The Legend of Zelda, and now we're suddenly at football.
Yeah. Next we'll be going wart.
That might be a little bit too on the nose at the moment, sir.
Wart.
Ooh, what's all this tech stuff?
Was that set in character?
Yes.
Wow, that's going to visibly perk up. Yes. What?
This is a
What's this?
Oh my god. It's like you're taking them to a candy shop.
I mean, as soon as you get him anywhere near a computer, that's exactly what it's like. So, I mean,
this is,
not enough
okay. Okay. Well, first off, Milo,
Mhm.
I have to disappoint you that that console is inactive.
I can see you making that face too. Just hands crooked into claw-like positions in front of him, face into the air, and he's just a quiet. I know it's not on.
see, my mental image was eyes go blank, mouth just opens, and noises.
Black shark eyes, cartoony, wavy shark teeth. Just.
It is the saddest of computers, one that is off.
Yes. Anything else in the area that stands out? Should I roll a search?
I'm trying to come up with something really clever. What that could be.
Is the rest of the turbo
Oh.
vocabulator?
That is okay. Actually, give me
An I can deliver an Would you like that fried?
No, I prefer raw.
Yum.
No. Kura,
Yes.
you give me a logic roll, please.
Oh, I have that. I even have a boon in that.
Yeah. Mind exert logic, please.
Bam. 7, 14, 8.
And Camellia, give me a mind exert medicine roll, please.
I smell more blood. Is it 2 or 3?
Close enough. Camellia, you can say that this device thingy here is a medical scanning unit.
Oh,
Yep, that's so sci-fi MRI basically.
neat.
And Cora, you I mean you can guess something medicine-y. You know, you don't really know much medicine, so but that is some kind of medical equipment, and it makes you guess that this probably used to be some sort of medical station.
Huh.
You know, some sort of sick bay, or rather, you know, not sick bay. It was a big station. It was probably an outright hospital. Excuse me. Before they shut everything down.
What's this?
And this is that is a cupboard. This thing was just probably too big and annoying to remove, so they just left it here.
Is there any way I can salvage it for parts?
You can probably try, or it's gonna take a while.
No, this thing still works, right?
That is, I mean, there's no power, so.
Milo will glance at the clipboard on the table and assumingly find nothing of interest, because it appears to be blank.
It probably can be salvaged for parts. There's actually probably some good parts in there, but that, like I said, that would take a while because you need to take it apart, and there's a big clunky machine.
Kura stares at it and makes kind of an unhappy, like, sound.
Half of the current party is upset with this room.
Milo.
Milo's upset, Kuro's upset, and Guy is just paranoid again. Son of a bitch!
Thus why Milo is kind of doubt.
That is untrue.
Milo, give me a body perceive roll, please.
Fuck.
Okay.
He's not used to the cloak. The cloak is a strange, empty blankness. It's like, I can't sniff through this. This is nice.
Okay then.
Alright, so presumably in here behind the curtain there's a severed leg?
Well, before we get to that, I'm gonna have, as Guy moves through the room and they're inspecting the various things, I'm gonna have Guy radio in on Julius and inform them on what they found up till now. That way, we have a running log of, hey, this is the shit we found, this is what's going on, da-da-da. Make sense?
Also, I think Kura's getting a little ahead of himself.
If we find a severed head, I am so done.
So, as we move into this room, as you were saying, Lord GM.
Yes. It is another of these, apparently temporary living quarters.
Weren't you gonna say a thing to Milo?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it was a body perceive roll that I flubbed.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Never mind. I'm having a orders of operations malfunction in my brain.
It's okay. Stack Overflows happen to all of us.
Guy, give me a body perceive search roll.
Aye, aye, Capitan. That'd be a 9, a 4, and an 8.
You smell more rot.
Oh, not again. Guys, we got more ugly rot smell. You wanna bet we're gonna find a little bit more out here?
Kura makes another whimpering sound, this time not of frustration, but of, like, discomfort and distress. Distressed noises.
Distressed yin noises.
Yeah.
I guess I'll pull back the curtains again. Not even taking a moment to really get an idea of where it's at.
Are you sure you wish to do that?
I'll have a knife ready.
I mean,
Okay.
Kura and Guy already have their guns out. I mean,
Yeah, I have a shotgun.
if anything jumps at you, it's dead. Just saying, buddy.
Including
I mean,
the people behind.
It's a shotgun loaded with less than lethal rounds, but
Oh no, it's
Alright.
beanbags.
yeah.
I'm going to insist that it's actually an air shotgun, and it shoots concentrated balls of air that will knock it silly and make a very satisfying thump. noise?
Yes.
Oh, it's an air rifle.
Okay. Camellia, you once again reach for the curtain. Are you gonna pull it slow or fast?
Fast.
Okay.
Slow just adds a lot of unneeded tension.
So much stress in our life.
You reach for the curtain and yank it aside. Immediately, the curtain comes towards you as you pull it off its the little rings. And after a moment of surprise and kind of beating the curtain down like as if it attacked you, you see nothing. It's just a bed there.
Okay, well, that's a good sign.
It's unprofessional. Alright, I'll try and... Where does it smell? Where does it smell like it's coming from? I don't know.
Give me a body perceive roll for that.
Brip.
Okay.
It is coming from this way.
Neat. I'll peek in.
Whoa.
What am I looking at? Holy crap.
Okay. First off, Camellia, give me a medicine check. I'm gonna say mind perceive exert. I mean it's the same. So mind. Okay.
Mime perceive, the ability to perceive mimes.
Another one, please.
Boop.
Oh, it's a Stargate.
Okay. And all good things come in threes.
And this is just Camellia?
Yes.
Okay.
And another one, please. I'm sorry. I thought I was saying the.
Oh no! Nothing good comes in threes.
Excuse me, that's the rule of 3 for killing a boss.
Yes, but the third stage is always the worst.
Also, I'd like to point out that 3 wise men.
And blind mice.
I don't know if that's necessarily a positive thing.
Okay.
Hey,
Um.
3 is a holy number. Dang it.
I know.
Well, okay. The first thing that you notice, it's once you get over the smell, which is getting to mind-numbing levels of urak as you move in closer. Is of this room. Almost the entire floor is covered in body parts. This is like abattoir level of slaughter.
What do you roll to make an endure save?
Just a D10 and hope it's lower than your endure score. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Kura resists the urge to vomit.
Yep.
I'm just gonna silently close the door.
The guy's gonna stop you as you try to do it, though.
I'm guessing I probably should do that too.
but I mean, you didn't even let me finish describing everything.
Sorry.
So yeah, there's body parts everywhere. You can't tell how many, but your quick estimate is at least 8 people, probably more.
Ugh.
By the looks of it, at least a good part of them were just torn apart or hacked apart, and there's blood everywhere. A good part of it dried and you know, long since like turned brown and stuff, oxidized away. But there's some that's at least relatively fresh, like from the last few days. Yeah. So, but and again, this is just Camellia. Even as you look over this display of carnage, you notice this large machine in the background. It kind of draws your attention, and it takes you a moment to realize what that is, because you have never actually seen one of these things. You've read about them, you've seen pictures of them, and I should notice this machine is very that is a Vitae synthesizer.
Ooh.
It's a... Oh, that's not good. I imagine Kura knows what it is, just because engineering.
That is pretty obscure. But you can give me an logic or engineering check if you want to.
Engineering. Oh.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay, yeah. You recognize them as well. Again, not because you've actually seen one of these things. Both Progenitors and TTI don't exactly have these standing around everywhere.
Shark Boy doesn't have any clue what the hell this is.
Well, Kura will explain it.
As a player, I'm not exactly familiar with this.
If I might, then, can we have Kura explain that to Guy, because Guy's gonna have no fucking clue what that is.
Kura says, yeah. Kura will explain in quick but highly accurate technical detail what exactly it is and what exactly its capabilities are from a scientific standpoint.
So, could you do that in actual words so that our friend who is a player but doesn't know what it is can know?
Please.
You don't actually have to use the words he would use, but, you know.
Essentially what it is it allows you to distill Vitae.
From...
That's how you pronounce that?
Vitae? I think so.
It could also be Vitae. It depends on how you're thinking of it.
So,
Yeah.
so the answer is that is definitely how he pronounces it.
Yes, it's definitely how I pronounce it, but Vitae, however you want to pronounce it is accurate.
Okay.
But essentially, to his knowledge, he's never actually seen one in person before, just seen a quick technical diagram and a product description. But he says that he believes it is a device used to, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tygon, distill vitae from organic material and various chemicals.
Pretty much, yeah. It is a machine used to create vitae.
And he looks even more green for a second and says,
Is that what
If,
the body parts are for?
If I had to guess, they were using the parts to distill it.
As a quick question is that do you know what vitae is? It's okay if you don't. No, don't have to be ashamed or anything.
Read a few paragraphs in the beta, but I haven't actually read.
Okay, it is it is basically a miracle drug that kind of supercharges a body and can keep it alive pretty much no matter what kind of damage was done to it. And so like it is like the drug for, you know, life preserving measures. The problem, as it turns out, that it turned out that this thing can have some pretty significant side effects if used incorrectly or simply too much. Because the whole the whole keeping going when it should have stopped is in the long run not good for a body. That is the quick and dirty.
but long story short, somebody can survive without oxygen and without blood on vitae. That's how strong it is.
Yep.
Furthermore, it can preserve a brain in perfect living condition, essentially indefinitely until those side effects take hold. So, we're talking a brain on no life support, except vitae, for potentially weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And not just brains, but individual body parts from...
Yeah. Technically, not just weeks. You could keep it. You could keep a brain alive indefinitely as long as you have vitae. It's just that no person would survive that intact.
Yeah, that's basically when you get essence zombies.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. A drug basically used to preserve no matter what and strengthen.
Well, not so much preserve as just make sure it keeps working.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to keep working well, it just has to keep working.
I
Pretty
imagine
much,
that TTI has used that on a few biological things to make sure that should there be catastrophic failure, the main purpose can continue.
Unless my memory fails, vitae is like an essential part of a lot of bioprobes.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of what they run on. And TTI produces a lot of that stuff, but they use it for their biotechnology, not for medical purposes.
Unlike Progenitus.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it is. Well, it's a pretty good guess that you found the missing workers.
All right, radio it in.
I don't feel comfortable being the one.
Yeah, all right, Guru will do it. Fine.
Well, toss him.
In a very numb and shocked tone of voice, he'll just sort of relay exactly what he's seeing.
Okay. Sorry, I should probably respond to that. From what you sound, Julius sounds similarly shocked, and will basically tell, "Oh, okay, I will let everybody. I will let the people here know."
Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have a bad feeling. If whoever's been doing this has probably been synthesizing whatever the hell, I don't know how that works, but if that's what's been going on, who's to say they haven't left?
Yeah, they're probably still here.
Is the Vitae synthesizer active at all?
Yeah, that thing is running. Yeah.
Kura says he's gonna go disable it, because he doesn't like this.
Watch your step.
Yep. He holds his breath, puts up his spacesuit visor so he doesn't have to breathe the horrible smell, and we'll try and find a way to disable the machine.
Give me a body perceive athletics roll.
Okay.
Can I have Guy do a body perceive search roll?
You may.
Oh.
I'm afraid you step on something. You really don't want to think closer about what it is, but you slip and land on your tail.
Ow.
I'm sure the fresh movement and spray of the bodies has interrupted Guy's ability to pay attention to anything other than that awful smell.
Mm-hmm.
What I had Guy looking for was the vents.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Damn it, Kura! You're moving this stuff around. I can't get a good... Frickin'. Look for vents. Maybe there's some way in and out that we
Alright,
haven't accounted for.
Yeah, I guess Kura's gonna look around.
Mm-hmm. So,
I take
abandoning the attempt to turn that thing off?
No, I am gonna still look around, presumably at this screen thing right here first.
Mm-hmm. Give me an engineering check.
Oh, see, that I'm actually good at.
Body perceive, please.
Yeah, see, that I'm actually good at.
Okay, it takes you a moment, but you figure out a way to turn it off.
Okay. He breathed somewhat of a sigh of relief. But turn it off, and then I'll look around the room for any sort of event or maintenance access, or thing like this that says access on it.
Mm-hmm. Body perceive search roll, please.
All right. I'm glad I actually took ranks in that. There we go. 9 and a 7.
Okay. Well, there are some vents. I mean, obviously there are these here. These vents, everything is bolted down.
Okay.
and this little access thing, which you can guess it's as a maintenance thing. Just judging by this machinery, there's probably all sorts of stuff underneath it. That thing just won't open. Your guess is that something is it's blocked, or the door is it's broken, broken hatch.
Okay. He gives up on that and says,
I don't see any other ways in and out, which matches the whole drag trails thing.
Everybody give me a body perceive roll.
Hold on, let me find one real quick. There you go.
oh god. Kura just sits there staring with the derp fox expression, only instead of the smile, it's just this, like, teeth clenched, like, I want to throw up. I shouldn't throw up. I want to throw up. I shouldn't.
I'm sure Guy is very frustrated that he can't smell worth a darn right now.
Camellia. Even over all the icky, squishy noises as Kura stomps through the room and steps on various body parts as he looking around for something. You Guy must have been hearing her earlier because you hear it now.
Do I have a read on the direction?
Faint scraping of metal on metal.
No idea on the direction.
No. It is very faint.
I'm going to whisper to Guy since he is right next to, and say, "Be on alert. I'm hearing what you heard earlier."
I knew it.
You may do another body perceive search roll if you like, Guy.
Oh.
A 9, an 8, and a 1.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think these are simplified for you. So
Yes.
the one does not count any of your successes. So yeah, you're hearing it too, and it is unlike before. It is not stopping this time. It keeps going.
Gentlemen and lady, we have
In fact, you are pretty sure it's getting louder.
Oh shit.
I mean that seriously. Get your guns, whatever. Whatever it is that's coming. It's coming.
I'm gonna tell
Alright.
Kura, forget the machine, we got company.
And after a few moments, it turns from a scraping sound into more of a metal hitting metal.
Hello, nut chair.
Alternating with a more oomph kind of noise. Sort of like a footstep.
Wondering if we should hide.
And you see you see sparks on the ground coming down the dark hallway.
Can I ask a question?
You can try. In character or out of character?
Out of character, but it might relate to an in-character thing, Guy might say.
Mm-hmm.
Would Guy know about Vitae as a general concept?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
I think Vitae just by itself is fairly common knowledge.
Okay. If that's the case, I think it's in character for Guy to say this. You know, when I was a kid, we used to tell stories about people crazy on that stuff. When I lived in the ghetto, there were always these stories about people who'd go missing. Someone would insist it's one of those who took one too many hits and lost it. I never thought I'd meet the real thing.
You hear the audible click of Kura's gun safety toggling off.
There is a horrible screeching sound.
Oh.
Hello, not chair.
That that is well, it doesn't sound like a person. It doesn't even sound like a noise a person could make.
Still sounds biological.
Partially.
Let me put it this way. I'm gonna imagine that it sounds rather like a cat being stepped on. Incredibly inhuman and almost not living sounding.
You know how you know Godzilla's roar, right?
The metallic sound.
You know how the end of it sounds like a door that is forced open or closed? This isn't really, like I said, this isn't really a roar. It is a screech, a scream. But it has that same quality. It's something that feels like coming from a living being, but sounds more like a machine. At least partially like a machine.
Oh, so nice. Great.
And a machine that is not working very well. It is working, but it is not happy about that.
The escapements have slipped on the clock, my friends. Too tight mainspring.
And down the hallway, something comes running at you.
Oh, fuck.
It is you can see it very well at first because dark. You really just see the occasional sparks as on the ground by its like what you would normally think is its left foot. Doesn't look like a foot though. But since it's running fairly quick, it eventually comes into view. So out here,
I'm pulling out a fire whip and what is it? One of the shock spikes or whatever.
It used to be a vector. You can say that much. You can't even tell what species it was once.
Yeah, Kura's going to have his pistol trained on that thing. He's ready to fire.
The laboratory giggling in the background is not helpful for my sanity.
Not at all. I'm sorry, but that is no. I'm sorry. That's not helping. It is very lanky, quite tall. Probably a good bit taller than it should be because you can quickly see that its legs aren't quite its original legs anymore. The left one ending at what looks like an axe blade, which you guess was the scraping noise you heard.
Oh.
So yeah, this thing is literally walking on a blade. The other foot looks more like a foot, but just barely. There's bare bones barely held together by some remaining tissue, and it's like artificial tissues and tendons, like very, very roughly grafted to it. Up higher, it doesn't really look better. The body looks much too thin, especially around the waist, which is so thin. It looks pretty much like there's no guts in there. Or if there are, then that can't really be very much. There's some fur left, but it's discolored. It's like pale, so you can't really tell what color it used to be. Every here and there, it is just fur, and even skin is gone. You see bare muscle, even bare bones. And what could, if you're very, very generous, could be considered cybernetics, just roughly bolted into place, as if a mechanic who doesn't really give much about aesthetics decided to try his hand at building cybernetics.
It looks very Soviet.
No, worse.
Worse.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing's head is it seems mostly intact. However, the lower jaw is completely artificial, and it's not fitting in place very well.
Oh, hi, Foxy.
And what?
I get the reference.
I don't.
It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Or would this be more accurate to call it Mang?
But yeah, it's like a very crudely made replacement for this thing's original lower jaw. But as crude as it is, it looks very powerful and very affected at tearing stuff. The left arm looks fairly intact, as in it's still an arm. It looks mostly biological, aside the thing already mentioned, like skin missing, even muscles in part, bone visible, and it's holding a very crude sword-like thing in its hand there. The right arm, on the other hand, is an arm just until about the middle of the upper arm, and then it's something that looks more at home on some sort of industrial machine.
Question.
Yes?
How much does that look like the arm we found?
No, definitely not.
Not the arm we found? Okay.
Nope. Yeah. So it's not unlike it's not exactly the same, but it almost looks like the arm of these power loader like things you've seen carry huge crates around. However, it ends on a very very unpleasant looking assortment of blades.
Hmm.
And another thing to notice is that on its back there's looks like a tank full of fluids.
And there's the prize. There she blows, gentlemen.
With a lot of what you call it, like lines that lead to all sorts of places all across the body. It's obviously pumping some sort of fluid.
Is this fluid glowing in a way that makes us think weak point?
Video
Sorry.
game logic.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's okay. And yeah, well, this is the thing is glaring at you from a single eye. Very, very, very hateful look. The other eye and indeed a good part of the face is just missing.
Oh.
That's obviously not keeping it from being very active.
I think he wants the arm back.
Question. I might have missed it. Is it wearing any semblance of clothing that tank not included?
Not really, no.
Okay.
A few scraps, but nothing you would really consider clothing.
Okay, because I was gonna ask if there was anything that we could determine who this was, or at least what they were doing. Like, oh, they were a mechanic, or they were one of the security guards that went missing, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, initiative.
All right. 1d10 plus whatever readiness we want to spend on it.
Indeed.
I'm just going to roll 1d10. I want to save readiness for readiness.
I'm gonna put
Oh boy.
2 readiness into it.
Also, I just rolled.
Yay!
I just rolled initiative. Oh, Razzie, do you want to do a roll off for?
Let's wait until everyone else gets sorted first.
Okay.
Feel free to enter your. Be able to do that.
Oh, I can. Boop.
Okay. I'll put 1 readiness into it.
There we go. 4. I'm wondering if the whip was a good or a bad idea. I don't know if it counts as armored.
Well, let me put it this way. Anything that can remove its limbs will be a good idea. I would suggest you start with either the claw hand or the grabby hand.
Not the axe?
Well, I mean, admittedly, that would be a good idea too. But I'm just saying,
It's looking like Kura goes first.
yeah.
Yeah,
Kura goes
I go
first.
before Milo, so I'm just gonna update mine to 3.1. That doesn't help.
I mean, it in your case it doesn't really matter. You can switch around spots in the order
Okay.
as however you wish. Anyway.
All right. I need to be right back. Just one quick second. Sorry.
I do too, actually.
Bio break.
Bathroom break?
Yep. Bathroom break.
Right at the beginning of combat, everybody has to pee.
I just saw
Did
that,
you
and of
listen
course
to
I
the
had
description
pee.
of that thing?
Yeah.
Oh gee, I wonder. Friggin' paranoid little doggo hearing scary sounds. Everybody thinks he's crazy, but no. Spoopy sounds. Spoopy critter. I mean, at least for once he was right about it, you know?
Yep, you were right.
For once.
As I think in Dark Heresy, paranoia is actually, I forgot what it's called, but like an ability. gives you a bonus against being snuck up upon. And the line in the ability description actually is, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't after you.
Mm-hmm. Just cause I'm crazy doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Oh, there. Okay, yeah, that works.
Sorry about that. And back.
Welcome back. But by the way, as a little side note, I don't know how much of you have test games that Seth did.
Off and on, yeah. I haven't been able to catch every single one of them, but I've caught 2 so far.
What?
The test games that Seth ran in the last weeks.
No, I haven't been able to watch any of it.
Okay. We're not gonna do that here. I'm just gonna keep going with the rules as they are. But there is something new in combats like this, where it's a lot of combatants against a single one. Is the single combatant will get several goes per turn.
Interesting.
Help level out the playing field a little bit.
Yep. Because it turned out that even if even if it is a single, very very powerful opponent, it's just having so many opponents to go against is just so overwhelming that even if the numbers say that this one opponent should be able to take the group on, it just wasn't that way.
Alright, he's back.
Welcome back. Thank you for being
Welcome back.
I don't know if we have a Razimon.
Raznir?
Razimon.
Did Guy and the monster roll off against each other yet?
Nope.
No. Well, in a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Needed to check on. Yeah, Guy, let's real quick. Just 1d10.
I mean, I guess if I have to roll against a monster, I will. Oh, I didn't mean to do the +1, so ignore that. It's a 3.
Okay. Well, okay.
Not that it matters.
Yep.
For once, I don't do worse than the bad guy.
Yeah. So we have half the party acting before the Vitae demon instead of one person.
Technically.
But yeah, in the new system, it will basically 2 of you, then the demon, then again 2 of you, then the demon, and so on.
Interesting.
That does balance that out a little bit.
Yeah. D&D 5th edition has a similar thing where boss tier characters have something called legendary actions that can be
Yeah, they
taken
can do it whenever they want, right?
whenever they want, but it's basically either on a cooldown or they're limited to a certain number per encounter.
Okay.
It's giving boss enemies more actions is a pretty popular system, and it tends to work pretty well.
It's true. I mean, when you're working with mob, you're working with mob, and so it's a bit more like having an adventuring party fight an adventuring party. But when you're working with a boss, it's a single entity, so you have a limit on how many actions people can take. You're gonna end up with the one person just absolutely getting their crap kicked in. That works in real. It works the same way in real life. So in order to make the game actually feel, like combat has some risk, they avert, or is it subvert, mob rules.
Yep.
It's for those of you who have seen Sev's previous test game with Sammy and the rest of the group. I don't wanna assume or attribute things to Sev's decisions and actions. But it is easy to imagine that this decision to do things like that, like this way, came from after the combat he had of that group against what's her name, Farron, the black cat tower with the hand marking on her face.
Yeah.
And which was sort of meant to be a bit of a boss battle.
Mm.
And she just got so totally wrecked by the group. I think she pretty much didn't get a single hit in.
Oof.
That's no fun.
Yeah. So I imagine that probably sparked the idea that basically encounters with a single powerful enemy needed a bit of adjustment. Rezi, where are you?
Derpin.
He's being a heathen. He's a heathen!
I heard he's a Yeenan, and I'm like, no, I am Yeenan.
He's a demon! Just like, whatchamacallit, Halo. Run away! Run away! He's a demon!
Yes, the grunts.
The best. The best. I don't know what it is, but I have a weak spot for the little dudes.
Yep.
The
I always
best.
I always like the bird raptor people in that one, but the
Jackals.
The Kigyar.
yeah, the Kigyar were always my favorite Halo species, but the grunts were very entertaining.
The Ungoi are the single most entertaining ones. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
the Kigyar have some really hilarious stuff that they'll get into, but, like, the grunts just have the silliest lines. Even better than some of the snarky shit the Marines will say, the grunts are just funny.
Yes.
Like, one of my favorite things that they've continually done in every Halo game, since, we're waiting for all that, is the fact that every now and again, whenever a grunt is stuck with a grenade to his face, you'll just hear him scream, "Not again!"
Yes. Not again!
Aww.
I like the implication that it has already been blown up by plasma grenades in the past. Or that it
How
might,
else do
or
you
that,
get a promotion?
or heck, it might be the same grunt every time.
It's kind of impossible to know, and that's what makes it great. You have no idea what the context for it is, but there it is, all the same. And then, what is it? Or like, what is it? How the hunters can be characterized as singing, which is really funny to me.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is in later games you see it more directly, but hunters are made up of actually a small community of organisms. They're not actually one thing.
That I actually knew.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of the books where they were describing them, and they said they were reciting poetry as they slaughtered their enemies.
Yep.
Yes, that's exactly. They're actually rather romantic, and that's hilarious.
And they're
Hunters
usually in mated pairs, basically. Not mated in the biological sense, but like mated in the sociological sense.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like this is brother. It's another way to describe them is you could think of one as singing hymns and the other replying back to said hymns. Does that make sense? So you have a literal walking religious chorus attacking you and trying to blow you to smithereens. The entire time they're singing hallelujah.
Okay, the deeds are
If
done.
that's not hilarious to me, if that's not hilarious,
he's back.
I don't know what part of your soul you have missing.
He's back.
What about my missing
Finally.
soul? I'm sorry.
We got off topic.
Okay.
Anyway, facing off in
Let's-
combat against
Let's let's get this combat thing going.
yes. Hell yeah.
Camelia's turn. But remember, you may switch around.
The move action, the main action, and the support action. Sorry, it's been a while.
2 actions.
Well, yep. You get 2 actions. Support, move, or attack, and you can do each of those a maximum of 2 per turn, which includes your reaction.
Is the reaction a third or is it the second? Sorry.
No, reaction is the third.
Okay.
But you can only do that one. You can only do an attack reaction if you haven't attacked twice already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move about 3 spaces. Yeah, 3 spaces, sorry. 1, 2, 3.
As a reaction, the Vitae demon will continue to run towards you.
Charge to meet each other.
Oh, so much for the whip.
Well, you shouldn't have closed with it.
I think it probably.
I have to
goes-
get within 3 spaces.
Okay, within. Does that mean you can do it in melee range?
No,
Oh.
2 and 3.
Oh.
I thankfully am dual wielding and have the stupid thing I can't. No, actually, I have one of the shock spikes out. Do I have the? No, that's instant transition from handgun to melee. And back again.
Mm-hmm.
Does that? No, that'd be teasing it.
What, melee to melee?
Do I also get a? No. Can I also have as a reaction? Sorry, I'm trying to read through as an.
I'm yeah. There may be reactions to its movements. For the others too, of course.
Okay. Transitioning to close combat when an enemy engages you, and still have a ranged weapon equipped. Switching weapons as a support action. Can be done as a reaction to an enemy closing in if you still have one available. Well, can I use my reaction to switch then?
To switch to a different melee weapon, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I will get out the what is it? Sorry, I'm looking for the name. The Ray Blade and
Yep.
the Shock Spike.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A
And
ray blade. Oh, that might actually be helpful. Cut off his
Yes.
arms!
Go for the
Eh.
optics.
Now screw the optics. Go for the tank on his back.
Fair.
I don't really have a good shot at that. So I'm just gonna try and poke at one of the arms. Yeah.
Sword.
May I?
That was me. Oh, okay.
Hmm?
Before. That's not really fair. No, I'm thinking of an action I could have had. I was thinking, oh, could I have guys shoot it before it gets within range?
I think
I mean-
the threat response range or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Like I said, you may react to its movement, and it wasn't in combat yet, so you can shoot at it freely if you want to do that as a reaction.
Okay,
Duck.
cool. Well, no, you're not in melee combat. When it initially moved, you weren't in melee combat. Once we can see a thing, we can shoot at the thing. That's kind of how it works. So that means I can shoot at it. And it'll
Yes.
be before it closed with you. Does that make sense?
Indeed.
Alright. And everyone else can spend a reaction as well, or...
If they
If-
want.
If they want to.
So I'm gonna shoot at it, which is a mental thing, so that's a 3d10. Hopefully this works. Hey!
Yeah, that is 2 hits. So that would be a D10 for damage.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Existential dread. Reminded of its existence. Okay.
Holy crap!
Okay, then.
Get hacked.
Oh, nice.
Okay, what? How much would that be?
because it's has a weapon notoriety of 2, a D10 and a roll of 10 is 40 damage.
Okay.
Holy crap.
I meant that one.
Give me a moment. I need to find a chart real quick.
First blood.
No kidding.
There it is.
Like a perfect headshot.
I don't know if I'd call it a headshot or what, but I hit something and it hurt.
You made it very unhappy.
Yay! Hopefully, hopefully that doesn't mean that it's immediately going to, oh, I don't like the small fluffy thing. Going to kill that first.
Make it in, make it in, make it in. Like that.
Okay. Okay, Guy. You take a moment to aim as it's running toward Camellia. That fire off a shot, which is actually which hits it in its leg.
Nice.
The one that's not the one with a blade, and it actually tears a good chunk out of it. You know, like it's you hit it like in the upper thigh, and it rips a huge chunk of muscle just out of it. Leaves a big hole. However, the thing just keeps going.
Oh, of course it's going.
Didn't even seem to notice it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to prime armor and whatnot.
You do that while running.
None of us did.
For those of you wondering, I am using an ability that actually Vitae points give you. That you may decide, instead of taking damage, to just take an injury.
Oh.
As long as it is less than 50 points of damage.
So we need a rocket launcher is what we need.
Well, you can only take a certain number of injuries before before even a Vitae power body just shuts.
Yeah.
If you
Let
hit
me
it,
put it this way: we want to pull a dead space and cut it to pieces.
Mhm.
If there's no pieces left, we're in a good place.
or going back to Tom Clancy, it doesn't matter how strong you are if your ligaments don't attach to anything.
Exactly.
It's called the chunky salsa rule.
Chunky salsa.
What was that?
We all forgot to prime our armor.
Oh, damn it! Yes, you did.
I don't think Nymph Silk can be primed.
Yes, it can.
It can?
Specifically because it is Nymph Silk. Nymph Silk gives it the ability to be primed. If I remember, it's just like a straight dive roll, but I'm not sure.
I forget, can the, I don't think the ONR recon suit does.
Yeah, all armor does.
All armor does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except bulletproof vests, which
Yeah,
is why I was...
The bulletproof vest is normally an exception. That's why it's so cheap. But the Nymph Silk upgrade gives it the ability to do that.
Okay, so I have 18 more. I have 18 more. Blah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just to summarize, to make sure I have it in my head, this thing's basically a walking meat blender.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I have cut proof.
Does that mean Milo's gonna tank for us? That's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, yeah, anyway.
Wouldn't that just be... guys! It's not really doing much. I forget. Give me a rundown on armor priming again, because I can't remember. It's been too long.
Roll a d10.
D10 times the resilience.
Yep. And you get that in basically temporary armor HP.
Wait.
Also, can't be lower than your endurance score.
Times resilience?
Mhm.
Okay, so this times 2.
Okay.
6.
Can't be lower than endure.
Oh, so 8. 8.
Okay,
Your
so I
endure is
got
8? Wow.
No, total. My endure is 4.
Oh.
Anyone else gonna shoot, or may I go poke?
I can't take any actions yet.
You can.
Oh, I could do reaction.
Yep.
Wait.
No, I'm going to save my reaction to run away like a shrieking coward if it tries to close with me.
Into the room of body parts.
And that is my armor HP, so...
Razzie,
Yes.
are you gonna take a reaction or no?
No. Not until I can get a better angle.
What the heck happened? Oh, okay.
I mean,
see what
Oh.
happened.
I got 3 extra armor. Joy.
Oh boy.
I can take 1 poke to the chest extra than before.
I'm going to re-roll that 3.
oh no, it's 50, so it'd be...
Since I'm using the ray blade, it
58.
cannot lock.
Have that, jerk off.
Okay, fine. Be that way.
Greatest pull is 2.
So 1d8. Actually, that's if it hit. Does the 9 hit?
The 9 definitely hits. Yeah.
Does the 5 hit?
No.
No!
What kind of stupid question is this?
CQC is 2. Oh boy. That's 6 damage.
Okay. Just a second. Okay. Yeah. You managed to cut it across a, well, at least fleshy-looking bit over its chest. However, there doesn't seem to be much effect. There's a cut, but it's not much actual fluid is coming out.
Not surprising.
What?
Like I said, when the schedule, I have a hard... Basically, we got 28 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, because I totally wasn't. I totally didn't understand what you meant.
Oh, yeah.
I
Hard time to
guess
stop.
that's
Getting close to stop. Okay, but what does the hard mean? It's getting
stop.
hard to stop. What?
Oh, yeah, no. Hard stop as in I have to be done. Like, the idea of hard caps and soft caps in WoW.
Okay. 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 Well, then let's get at least one round through, and then we'll see where we stand. Okay. Yeah, it can't block, but it still gets to attack back. What we
Attack me twice, ain't it?
Where are my notes? Yeah, that looks about right. What's your evade?
7.
Okay, so got one hit in.
Actually, wait. Sorry, one moment. Yeah, it is 7.
Okay.
We did discuss this. I do get to block because of the shots.
Yeah, but this is the counter to your attack. It can't block your attack, but it still gets to attack back.
In other words, it's kind of long and short of it.
Oh, okay, it's like a back
punching
and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's punching you while you're trying to punch it instead of trying to defend itself. You know, like in anime. You're punching each other in the face at the exact same time because you're freaking masculine and badass that way.
Okay, so when it gets to its actual turn, I can.
Yeah, then you do get to block.
It's well, what's the word for it? Instead of defense, why not more offense? You'll die that way. But offense.
But so will they, hopefully.
There it is. That is definitely not right.
Am I allowed to get punched across the room?
There. Okay, that is gonna be 7 damage.
Alright.
Okay, guy's turn.
Ah, crap, it's in melee now.
I have duck.
Oh, you have duck?
Yes.
Doesn't mean that Oh, good, then I don't have to worry about shooting.
Unless you get, like, a complete crit fail, yeah.
Yay! Teamwork.
I very quickly learned the mistake with Metaburb.
Yeah. And Yeshka. Poor Yeshka.
I'm a shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is gonna be 1 hit then.
Lol, what? I guess it just has terrible defense.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
that's
not
a
really
D8.
trying to, like, defend itself.
That's a D8, right?
Yes, a D8.
Not bad.
Okay, how much would that be?
That would be 11 damage.
Okay.
And after that, guy's gonna do a little scoot. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, Okay, good. I move here so I can keep a better angle on the thing. I'ma shoot it to death.
Okay. Well, then it's the demon's turn. Who is going to attack Camellia again?
I love that we just call everything that's big bad a demon.
Well, in this case, that's actually its name. It's a Vitae demon. It's just Rezi who calls everything else a something demon.
It sticks though.
Yeah, it works. You instantly get it's big, bad, and scary.
You may defend yourself.
Obviously re-rolling that one. Wasting all the readiness.
Okay.
That's much better than 1.
Okay.
And
1 brought a friend.
because I am a totally smart person, I'm gonna use Riposte. Which means we both hit each other.
Okay.
Instead of blocking.
Okay. Well, that's a D10 for each of us then.
Oh, I saw that 8 and got scared, and I was like, oh wait, that's a friendly 8.
How much is that?
I will let you know in a moment. An 8 is 15.
Okay.
Not a bad damage output.
Except I'm gonna get punched in the face for 20. Or not.
It's having a hard time. Okay, we're shooting it.
fair-
we're hitting it.
Yeah, to be fair, he did get shot repeatedly.
One of which was an attempt to tear off its leg. So.
No, wait, here it is. Another 7.
Ouchie. My armor is very quickly going down. Alright.
It is attacking again.
I'm gonna be a smart cookie. And actually block.
Your evade was right.
7.
Okay. Well then the you do manage to block. I only have 1 success. You have 2. The 1 counters one of your successes, but that's still 1 against 1. So
Okay.
you managed to block it. It slashes wildly at you, and it gets a few hits in you also. But after the first exchange of blows, you start blocking it quite effectively. Kura!
Alright. Well, I have 2 shots that I can take, so... highest mind dice for attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I do not have a boon, so just firing blind. I'm gonna re-roll that 1. Boink. Are you freaking kidding me?
Thou shalt not!
Reroll it. Reroll it.
You know
No,
what? I'm gonna Can you spend multiple readiness to re-roll?
You know what? I'll allow it.
Okay. Because I haven't spent any other readiness, so that's
Please.
marginally better.
I
Okay.
don't get shot anymore. That's the important thing.
Yeah. So that's a 2, a 7, and a 6.
2 successes.
Oh, sweet.
So you roll a d10 for damage.
Boink. Are you freaking kidding me? Honey, what? I need booze.
Why?
I'm rolling really shitty, and the only thing that can cure this is booze.
No, no, you're not the shark. Except apparently his bad habits are apparently wearing on someone else.
Okay, so I do
Does the boost work on
7 damage, actually. Because I have weapon notoriety in that pistol.
Okay.
Does the booze work what?
On virtual dice?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Your
Okay.
second action.
My second action will also be shooting.
Go ahead.
That is significantly better.
Yep, that's another 2 successes.
Alright. Are you...
Need the boost stat.
That's another 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
I can't kill them! Why can't I kill them?
So, and from Kuru's edge of the room, there's a really impressive, followed by pew 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 pew.
Followed by the sounds of a potato gun.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, guy is just like teeny tiny chink, burm. Are you
Milo.
swap guns?
Question: Can I
Yes.
use a free action to turn on my active camo, or is that a?
Shatter step, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah.
Free
Okay.
action.
What's my movement?
D&D has subsumed all others.
Hey, my first was D&D. Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, someone else, honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, my first D&D too.
Okay, so I have a movement. I could sprint at 8. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm going to use my chatter step action to turn on my active camo. I'm going to combat sneak, try and get behind the thing.
He's still gonna get a chance to perceive you.
I know. Actually, I'm going to move here just so I'm not entirely in its way. But here's the thing, if I get behind it, I can start putting holes in the tank.
Fair.
Okay.
And I didn't attack, so I get a reaction. Okay, so that's gonna be my turn. Where is...
Okay. That was round 1. How much time do you have left, Razzie?
14 minutes.
Okay. Well, I think we better call it here then.
This seems like a good idea.
Yep.
Alright.
We're at the top of a new round and everything.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Though it looks like if this is any indication to our abilities, it looks like we might actually be able to pull this off.
Maybe, hopefully. If Kuro would load something besides milk duds into his pistol.
well, obviously what happened was Kuro was doing some mod theory crafting and forgot to put the good mods back in.
Yeah. He spec'd his gun for maximum giggles and reload sounds.
Either that or he put
a multi-shot.
Either that or he put a puzzle piece in it.
Yeah, he formatted his pistol.
And then
And here I was gonna say he modded this for status duration. And and forgot to put any elemental mods on it.
Yep.
I have seen that. I have done that.
All right.
Great, my stun's gonna last forever. Loads no stun.
Okay, goodbye, the viewers.
Bye, viewers.
Record keeping.
Oh yes, record keeping.
Oh yeah, record keeping. XP for everybody.
Yay!
We don't know how much XP, but there's XP.
Yeah.
I will put question mark, question mark, question mark.
EXPs. Let's say 12. 12 is good.
Oh, it was good.
That's nice.
Excellent.
That's nice of you.
Yay!
And 50 creds?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we did get 50 last time too, right? Because I don't have anything marked.
I don't remember. Do you expect me to remember what we did last time?
January 3rd, 2018. Yes.
Yes.
Why do you think I make you guys do recaps?
Fair point is fair point.
Yeah. Yep, we got 12 XP for last session.
Well, I was asking credits. Because I
50.
didn't have credits marked.
50 credits for last session.
Okay.
Okay.
This all
For
works
fleeing from the caper.
Okay, now goodbye everyone.
Farewell.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay,
I
Twitch is
should
down.